G'day guys, welcome to Rumble's Fish Room. So my pond has started evaporating. Obviously as the weather's getting warmer it evaporates more, and I was going to do a float system on my pond. There is a reason that I'm not. I'm actually going to run aquaponics off the pond, and it's going to be a siphon bell, which means that the pond is going to change levels. So the water level of the pond is going to go up and down. Now that is a problem for what I wanted to do, because obviously the water level goes down, the float will switch on, and then as it comes up the pond will overflow, and it will just be a constant up down, and it'll be a problem. I think I've thought about it. There's there is a way I could do it so the ball valve is actually at the lowest point, so then when it comes down, if it drops lower than that, it turns on, but then the water's going to turn on and turn straight back off as it comes up. I've got a way simpler solution. I'm telling you now, it's a short-term solution, but it might end up long-term, just because it's simple, and if it works, it works. I forgot that I need the cover. Alright, so I'll show you what I've got. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about. If you look here, the water level is about 3 inches from the top there. So it's actually, I don't know why I'm talking in inches, I'm not American. So the water level should be about 30 to 40 mil higher than where it is now. If you look at that return there, that should be pretty much fully submerged. Because we're on airlifts, we want those pipes to be underwater. That way it's not lifting, and also if that's underwater, there's not like room, there's not like an air pocket sitting in the pipe, and it like watching this personally, as soon as that drops below there, the flow decreases dramatically. Now I do have another problem here. The pond does leak at the capping, so we can only fill it to the bottom of the capping, which is 60 mil, I think. So at the moment we've got like 100 mil there. Basically I want it to fill to the bottom of that capping, and I'm actually going to repair this capping over Christmas. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, because I need to turn the filter off to repair it. So we might need to get the old 200 litre barrel out with the pump, and just have, if I put it here, it should be out of the way so I can repair it. I've got to repair that corner. So what I'll do, I'll drop the level of the pond quite far, take all the gutter guard out of that filter. I'll put the gutter guard in the 200 litre barrel, and the 200 litre barrel will sit here. We'll keep some media cycled. Obviously the bacteria on the media in that side will die. I wonder if I can just put a pump in that drum there and just have it pumping here, and how far I can drop it. I think I could drop it, might be a change of plan, guys. I'm pretty sure I can drop it to the height of them. Maybe I'll do an experiment next week. I'll turn the airlifts off, we'll put a submersible pump in that barrel, and we'll put the hose coming into the pond, and then we'll see how low we can drop it before it starts running the filter dry, so like start sucking and not putting it back, you know what I mean? If I could get, I need to go, oh guys, I can actually go lower. You guys are really helping me out here just by listening. I could put some elbows on those there, and then the elbows pointing down, and those pipes could run it on siphon, and that means that I could get even more low. The only problem is there's like the checkout in those IBCs where they join. I couldn't go lower than that, which is I don't know. I'm gonna have a play, guys. I think what I'll do, I won't do it on the day of the activity. I'll have a play one day, just a full experiment, and basically it'll just be like a water change for the pond, and we'll test how low this can go before the filter stops working if we've got a submersible pump in there. This is how my brain works, guys. I'm just saying it out aloud. And I hope you guys enjoy the rambling experiences. I know a few of you love it, but that actually has absolutely nothing to do with today's video. This, I haven't even told you what it is yet. Alright, so we've got a tap timer here. Very basic, 35 bucks. So past me was smart, and I actually put a tap there. So I can put a timer right there, and we just need a short hose coming into here, and I'll probably cable tie it in there somewhere. I think just cable tie, who knows, haven't decided yet. But anyway, so we've got to get this on. We've got to find a hose, which I'm not gonna lie, I thought there was a hose there. So point behind this, you're like, why does it matter if that drops? So as I told you, the flow on those two stops, but if you look over here, see how this pipe goes up and then down? That pipe is under full siphon. So the problem is the water level drops, and that pipe, the filter level drops, and that pipe there sucks in air, and then like right now my UV isn't actually working because there's no water flowing past it. Now I do want to change this setup, but it's such a tight space to work in. So I only thought of it the other day, but I can't get the UV any lower. Underneath there is all my services for my shed. I've got sewage, all sorts of shit, and that's sitting on top, like directly on the pipes. I don't feel like moving sewage pipes and stuff, so the other option is when we come out of that IBC, go flat, and see that T that's there, that 90mm T, rotate that to so it's horizontal, and then that should actually get that water level there closer to the same height, and that way we should be able to get flow without having to siphon the pipe. I don't know if it'll be close, guys. It'll be close. It'll be at the point, well, it should be alright, because if we fix this and then the pond's full, this IBC actually sits on the brink of overflowing. When that's sealed, the IBC overflows before the pond, because the IBCs are lower than the pond, and that T there, the top of that, where the 40mm pipe meets the 80mm pipe or 90mm pipe, is lower than the top of that IBC. So should I do that today? No, don't be silly. That is not our task today. Don't get too excited. We're not modifying that today. But I am going to modify that. Yeah. Anyway, that's not today. We're getting sidetracked. We're putting this timer in. How long's this clip? We're at 7 minutes and I haven't even attached the timer to the tap yet. Alright, I'll see you in a minute, guys. Alright, so step one, that doesn't actually fit my tap. So we need to go get the little adapter. It did come with one. Alright, so we're going to attach this little spacer here, which is annoying. That's just another point that it could potentially leak. I get how nervous when stuff is under constant water pressure. I might find my sealant and we'll lube these O-rings up. Alright guys, so I'm just putting a little bit of grease on this. I was putting on the wrong side then. Obviously it's definitely not a necessity, but this thing's going to be under constant water pressure. I'm not turning this tap off, and it's also in a spot where day to day I won't actually be able to see if it's leaking. So I think this is the right thing to do. I don't know. It's costing me nothing. It's giving the seal a better seal. I can't see any negatives besides the fact that I had to pay for the sealant. But don't use Vaseline, guys. It actually eats away the rubbers. I learnt that the hard way. And this bottle here, I've had it for like 6 months. It actually goes a long way. So it's pretty much a one-time buy kind of product, and then you've just got it. Well, maybe not one time, but if you've only got one fish tank, you won't use it as much as me, and I've had it quite a long time now. How does this go together? This is going to be super hard to put on because I've got to like reach down over 2 LP40 air pumps down into the gap and put it on. I don't think I'll be filming it. Plus this video is dragging on, so maybe I'll just put it on and then I'll show you after. Alright, so I decided to bring you guys with me. I don't know how well you can actually see what I'm doing, but we're all in this together. Oh, uh-oh. I'm laying on top of an air pump. Probably not that great for it. Or am I? I don't know. I think I'm like half on brick, half on air pump. I actually do need to make a air pump box. At the moment they're in the elements. The old O-ring from the old tap fitting I had on there has actually rotted onto the tap. Alright, round 2. I think that's kind of feels cross-threaded. Doesn't look cross-threaded. It doesn't feel like the right size fitting. Alright, I'm feeling very uncomfortable here. Why would it be a different fitting? It's a standard tap. Oh, that feels a bit better. It's super tight, but oh, I've just knocked one of the air lines out. I really need to change this too. I've just got a garden hose in a clear hose, and every time I work over here I knock it out. And I've actually had times where it's fallen out by itself. Alright, we got it on. Now I'm using the timer to tighten it, loosen the collar fitting off, tighten it. Probably not the best way to do it, but I don't want to grab vice grips because knowing me, I'll end up over tightening it and breaking it. So this is my solution. Alright, so that's, I think I'll clock it about there. So if I turn this on, hey, this is not meant to be on. So interesting fact, I looked down inside it and it just looks like a standard retic solenoid inside. Are we still recording? Yeah. Alright, so now I just got to put a hose on it. I'm not going to film that because this video is dragging on, even though I just said I wasn't going to film this. I'll see you guys after the hose is on. Alright guys, so I've cable tied the hose there. I kind of tried to run it over and under so that I'm hoping it doesn't get a kink in it, like from being in the sun all the time. But next step is to try this thing out. Alright, so that's running. It's not heaps of pressure, but it doesn't matter if it's slow, I guess. I didn't have the tap turned all the way up. It's not spilling. Maybe I shouldn't have it that high. There we go. I think that'll be better. Less chance of it splashing out. Alright, so I'm actually going to leave that running for a bit because the pond's pretty low. Now, just to address one thing, I know you guys, at least one person's going to comment. I'm putting straight tap water in the pond. I'm not using a dechlorinator, but my pond is 15,000 litres. We're going to be adding 100 litres at a time, if not less. No, actually, I tell a lie. I can't remember what my tap is. Anyway, I've got that turned down. That's probably at 1,500 litres an hour. So, what is that? My maths isn't doing too well here. So we're probably adding about 200 litres. Sorry, at a guess. So 200 litres into 15,000 litres. You do the math on the percentage of that, and then you divide that by the percentage of the chlorine that's in the 200 litres, and that's how much chlorine's going in the pond. So, and then the chlorine dissipates within 24 hours. So then the next water that goes in 24 hours later is only putting that much chlorine in again. So it's not going to be an issue, is what I'm trying to say. I'm pretty sure the koi should love it, and at the moment, if you look, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the water's quite yellow and it's from the leaves, and I'm getting quite a lot of leaves because what actually happens, another thing that is wrong with the water level dropping, the water level drops, the skimmer doesn't work because it's too low, too high, and then the leaves sink to the bottom. And if you look now, I've got quite a lot of leaves at the bottom because that skimmer hasn't been working for the last 24 hours or so, because yesterday I was too lazy to top this up. So that's another reason we need what I've just added. You can see that's only been running for 10 minutes and the skimmer's already started skimming a little bit. Alright, I'm going to wrap this video up there, guys. So this video will actually be on Tuesday, even though today's Sunday, because Monday will be the Patreon official video. So don't forget to head over to the Patreon, guys. It's only $3 a month. That's nothing really. And that helps the channel out, because even though I had the fish room before I started the channel, obviously I was still paying for stuff to run my fish room. But like, my fish room costing has gone up since running the channel, because I'm buying stuff to make the channel like more interesting. Things like the 8-foot that I built, that's been at work for 4 years. I literally built that tank to make some content for the channel, and I probably wouldn't have put an 8 foot on top of IBCs if it wasn't for the channel, but I just see like putting it on the IBCs, putting a bit of hype around like, will the IBCs hold it? In my head I know they're gonna hold it, but like if I can throw a post on Facebook with a thumbnail with like the 8 foot half full, anyway, what I'm getting at is the Patreon helps the channel. If you head over there, please try to help me out. At the end of the day, I don't think I've said this on the channel, my goal is to consider going part-time work. Now, I need the Patreon to be able to do that. So my goal is the Patreon, I start a business name and sell merchandise, maybe build stuff for customers, and that would mean that building stuff for customers could be money and content for the channel, and then work like say 30 hours a week instead of 50 to 60. Like last week I worked 62 hours and gave you guys content. I don't know, I just can't keep doing that. But anyway, I'm rambling. Please try join the Patreon. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, that also helps heaps. If you want to drop a comment, drop a comment. If you want to subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.